Hi everyone, today I'm starting, I don't know if I want to call it a series or whatever, but I'm going to do multiple of these, so yeah, probably a series, where I basically just cover perks that I don't really see as much as I should for how good they are. In other words, they're underrated. Today in my first video, I'm going to be talking about Agitation, which is not an underrated perk at all. Last I checked on the Nightlight website, it's sitting at around like a 6.7% use rate or something. That's not low at all. But it used to be very low. It like a 4 or 3, hell, even 2 years ago. It was very, very low. And it has not been changed at all. Here. It does this. So it's been changed twice in the lifespan of all of DBD. I think all that's been changed is they increased they made the terror radius flat across all stages. So instead of, what was it before, like 4, 8, 12, now it's just always 12 no matter the tier. And then I forgot the other change. I think it was just a buff to the actual terror radius range increase. But either way, those are the only two changes it's ever got. And it's gone from one of the least popular perks to a quite popular perk now. And, you know, let's talk about it. So, Agitation, of course, as you can see, it increases movement speed 6, 12, and 18%. It increases your terror radius. The terror radius is good because, well, you know, you could use it on terror radius based builds. But the biggest thing is the movement speed. So, let's talk about why that's good. By default, every killer, no matter if they're a 110, 115, or if they're a nurse, all killers, when they pick up a survivor and start carrying, move at, 92, 96? Something movement speed. They're slower than the survivor, who move at 100% movement speed, 4 meters per second. With Agitation, no more. If they run in a straight line and the survivor doesn't struggle, you'll catch up to them. Even if the survivor does struggle, you'll still catch them. They might wiggle out before you do if the survivor has some distance. Because while they're running in a straight line, you're kind of wiggling, you're being wiggled, you're zigzagging, so it's a little bit hard. But regardless, besides that one niche scenario where the survivor just runs in a straight-ass line, you're faster than them, and you're more often than not catch them if they're within your range and they don't expect Agitation. Who are these good on? Well, first of all, they're good on very lethal killers. Like Nurse, she uses everything good. Hunter, just all the killers that can be super lethal. They could use this perk very well because maybe they get a hit on a survivor and then they put the survivor on a hook and then they use their strong power to immediately get it down instead of having to hit them twice or, whatever. So that already has the benefit. It can let every killer just hit survivors faster. But those are not actually the best users of this perk. The best users are killers like maybe Hag and Trapper, who have to hold a territory. So Trapper, to start out, obviously starting out, spending most of his early game, if not all of it, is just spending his time setting bear traps. This is good, but survivors will more often than not just stay in the area that they don't need to, that you haven't trapped. Agitation will make it a whole lot easier for you to carry them to your territory and anywhere you need to be. If you need to take them to the basement, because Trapper and Hag both have very powerful basement games, they have super good basement pressure. If you need to take them into your area with traps, if you need to take a survivor to a certain whatever, in anything where you need to hold a survivor in, any area that you need to hold a survivor in, Agitation lets you do that. So those are its face value benefits. And the best users are probably, again, trap setters. What kinds of perks does this synergize with? Well, first of all, it works with hook-related perks. Any sort of hook-related perk. It can work with barbecue and chili. That will let you take survivors further away. Here, let me take this off, so you guys can see everything else. So barbecue and chili. Let's say you down a survivor and there are a bunch of other survivors around you, or maybe they're not maybe they're not around you, but they're not within barbecue's range. With Agitation, you can take them super far away, put them on a hook, and guarantee that you'll be that the survivors will be within barbecue range. Or maybe, you know, maybe even the more niche or just flat out bad perks like Hangman's Trick or Monstrous Shrine. All of those work. All of those have always worked. And then, of course, perks that work while you're carrying a survivor, like Starstruck, always work. And Starstruck actually gets double points because it works within your terror radius while you're carrying a survivor. Agitation lets you carry survivors faster, and it gives you a bigger terror radius, so that's like double synergy. And any M1 related perk like Force Penance, or Save the Best for Last, or Sloppy Butcher, all of those work, because while you're carrying survivors, obviously you can't use your power, you can only M1, so any M1 perk is very beneficial. Force Penance in particular always works, because if you hit a survivor while you're carrying another survivor, that will always count as a protection hit, and Force Penance will always proc, which will keep them injured for 80 seconds. The reason, though, Agitation hasn't been changed in, 7 years, but the reason it spiked in use rate at some point, I don't know when, is probably because of pain res and other strong Scourge hooks. So before there were always hook related perks, and there were always some like M1 perks that could work really well with ball carrying. First of all, when Starstruck came out, Agitation became a little bit more popular because there was the build where you could just use Agitation Starstruck with any other carrying related perks and just get the fastest games ever. But I'm guessing the biggest spike in usage rate was with Pain Res, one of the best killer perks in the game. Pain Res, when you hook a survivor on a Scourge hook, will use 1 token out of 4, and it'll take the most progressed generator and just chunk it. It'll just tank it by a quarter of the gen. A quarter of 90 seconds. With Scourge hooks, there's only 4 Scourge hooks. Scourge hooks are the white perks, that's the white hooks that spawn around the map. There's 4 of them. With Agitation, you can pretty much guarantee that you'll always make it to 1, unless you're on a big map and all of your Scourge hooks spawn on the opposite side of the map from you. But other than that, you can pretty much always guarantee that you'll make it to a Scourge hook. Whereas otherwise, maybe sometimes you wouldn't be able to. So that's probably the biggest reason why this perk is used so often now, because this perk isn't the main thing with a build. This perk has always been very versatile. It can be used in pretty much any build. That you don't need to synergize with it at all. It's just a solid, well-rounded perk. But beyond that, it can be used really well with a lot of other perks. But again, because of how strong Pain Res is, this brings this perk up, and it also brings its usage rate up, just because landing Pain Res is so important, and it can make it so much easier. The best build probably with Agitation would be, you know, Agitation, Pain Res, of course, and then you might want to make a build around Pain Res, so like Ruin Surveillance for more info and extra regression, Surge, any regression perks that don't require you to kick generators work best with Pain Res, and then of course, you know, any stall perks. But the best Trapper build for Pain Res is probably Corrupt Intervention, just because this perk is so good on every killer, especially Trapper, and then maybe like Coup de Grace for some lethality. But that's not what we're going to be using in the gameplay. I'm going to be using... Add-ons don't matter, by the way. I just like these 2 add-ons, but you can use whatever you want. Maybe I won't even use add-ons just for the showcase. But we're going to be using Agitation. And bear in mind, like I said, this is a support perk. So we're not going to really be able to make it shine that much. We're just going to be showing its implications in-game. So, Agitation, of course. And then... then we're going to be using Fire Up, bear with me, and then we're going to, oh shit, I think I passed it. We're going to use Discordance, and then I'll just type it in the search bar here. We're going to use Pop. Now, again, this is a very meta build, just because of Pop. It's not a meta build, but it's a good build just because of Pop. Pop is one of the best killer perks in the game, but the point of this build, Agitation will let me pick up survivors and carry them to my territory. Fire Up will let me kick generators with Pop faster. It'll let me vault faster, break pallets. It'll it'll make me more lethal in the area that I'm trying to patrol, because I'm in the area I'm trying to patrol. I want to patrol my traps, but I also want to set traps in a place with 3 gens that I can patrol. With pop, I'll obviously regress gens a lot. Fire up will let me kick gens faster. Fire up will let me kick pallets in the area that I'm trying to patrol faster, which will make me a little bit more lethal. And the discordance, you know, let's say the survivors want to break my 3 gen by trying to just rush a gen out completely. Discordance will obviously stop that. And agitation, again, it will keep the survivors in my area. Not only will it keep them around the traps that I want, and the generators, but I can also carry them directly to a gen that I want to pop and waste 0 time. Normally with a trapper, you can't afford to really waste your time walking all the way across the map to pop a gen. But if you're trying to patrol it, then yeah, you can make a gen kicking build around pop, and it's very powerful because agitation will let you bring survivors to the gen that you actually want to pop. Again, add-ons don't matter. And honestly, so in these videos, I would give maybe changes to perks that, well, the perk that I'm discussing. Agitation doesn't need any perks. It is a very powerful perk. It's very versatile. It's very strong. If I were to give any change at all to agitation, it would be to give it either a 15 or like a 20%. I don't think it would mind a 20% pickup speed. So right now, Fire Up is the only perk that does this. Fire Up, every time a gen's complete, you get 1 token. That 1 token can go up to 5, you know, 1 for every gen. And it gives you 4%, obviously stackable bonus speed to all of your actions. Like I said, kicking pallets, vaulting, all that stuff. But it also, and it's the only perk in the entire game to do this, it'll increase the pickup speed and the drop speed of survivors. Agitation would not mind that. I don't think that would make it much better. I don't think it would make the perk broken. It would just be a nice little change. But agitation is in the least priority of perks that need to be changed in this game. It is a very well balanced and solid perk, and is pretty versatile. It can be used in several builds, even if you're not using gen related builds or hook related builds, or, you know, carrying survivor related builds. It's still just a good perk that you can use anytime. So that's the intro to agitation. We're going to be playing Trapper, of course, because I think he's the best user of it, besides maybe Hag. And yeah, I'll see you in that game. Right, we're on the Pelrose. We got sent here. Bit of an awkward map to hold 3 gens on, but we could try to make it work. Honestly, this is a kind of a 3 gen right here, and they literally have nothing in this area besides this little main area here. So, shit, even that pallet's not there. What do they have? Like, we could place a trap right here. Or, actually, hang on. We're gonna place it here. Like, there's no way they see this. Discordance is off. That means that's 2 or 3 just doing that gen, which is a very powerful gen to hold on to. So the fact that they're getting rid of it this early is quite good for me. I'm gonna place a trap right here, just in case one of them, like, vaults a window and comes this way. We'll see. Wow, they got gypped on the RNG. They have nothing, dude. A trap right here, just because of how thick the grass is, could work. I'm gonna lose that gen, like, probably in a couple of seconds. But, I'll place another trap right here. And then we have this trap on the boat, and then we have 2 more over there. I can start chasing now, but remember, that's the area that we kind of want to defend. So if we see Discordance go off at any point on those gens, we are booking it. So that gen did get done. I think that was only 2 people. If it were 3, it probably would have gotten done faster. But now I have a sec of Fire Up, which is good for me. Oh, who am I on? Sorry, I was looking to go set up my trap. I'll set this right here. I'll get the speed boost. I'll go pick this up, and we can just leave it down. They're on that. They'll probably finish that when I leave. But now Fang's going into this area, which is good for me. I'm going to rubber band because we love Dead by Daylight right now. And she avoided that trap barely, but that's fine. She probably is aware that I was in this area. Yeah, she's leaving. Good on her. Good on her. I don't... She feels so fucking fast. Yeah, that gets done. Again, we just want to hold on to this area. I'm gonna put a trap on this hill right here. I'm just looking for places to put traps. I'm gonna put a trap right here. and that might catch them. It's a little bit out of the grass, but if they're coming from this way, they will not see it through all of that thick-ass grass. Trap that I completely missed from earlier. And honestly, we could trap up this maybe even a little bit more. We could do a trap like right here. We'll do it like in the middle. And they're gonna have to get that one done. They probably, someone was on it. They'll probably get it done. And I'm gonna try to chase them off of this one and make them go that way. A hit on Renato. He'll book it that way. That's fine. This is perfect. Steve's running into my area. Holy shit, that was some weird movement. And yeah, that trap is rendered worthless. Thanks, Steve. But now he's here, so. Step in that trap? No, step in that trap. Okay. That was pretty unavoidable for him. He was bound to step in one. I hear them working on that, yeah. So I'm gonna go kick it. Maybe if I run kind of this way, she'll step in that one. No, not at all. This Fang knows not to step in grass. And now she's aware of this trap. Right. So I'm going to reset this. Maybe Steve doesn't call it out. And I could be wrong, but I believe basement's in Shack. It is. Oh, I hear her behind me. I'm going to use Agitation. I'll get this hit. And I don't necessarily hook Steve now, but that's fine. I got a hit on the Fang. Yeah, no, that's fine. He gets off. We don't have to play this super well at the we don't have to play this super well right now. We can take this as chill as we want. They will eventually have to come here and start stepping into my traps, and eventually we will win. Like right now, this Fang's gonna step in that trap. Thank you. And now we put her in the basement. That's really good for a trapper. And they disarmed that. No, they disarmed one way off in the distance. They didn't disarm that one. They obviously used this one. I'm gonna try to just trap up Shag. Excuse me. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'm gonna trap this, and then I'm gonna go for that pallet that Fang that Fang was working on, because maybe she's trying to finish it up. Yeah, they were trying to get it done. Renato, step in that trap for me. Okay. That's a bit frustrating, isn't it? But nothing we can really do. Maybe I should have placed it in the grass a little bit more. It might have rendered more useful. That'll be a hit. I'm not sure what your plan is. Yeah, go ahead. Drop over there. Now you're on my side, dude. You want to run into me? You want to step in that trap? This place is dangerous for them. I'll rubber band the second I pick him up, because of course I will. I'm not going to hook him there. I'm going to use Agitation to bring myself over here and perhaps get some hits, maybe interrupt them. Someone's over there. I think that's the uninjured Fang, the healthy Fang. Steve's right here. This will be a guaranteed hit, because he literally has nothing. Honestly, we can commit to this. We can commit to this because he ran into a fucking tree. He doesn't make it anywhere. And I'm going to pick him up again and use Agitation to bring him way over there. I don't have to keep hooking them right now. I don't waste any time with Agitation. That's how fast you move. That's off the... No, that's not even off the record. He wasn't making it... Or it didn't sound like he was making any noise. Forgive me. Remember, she sabos really fucking fast. Really fucking fast. But he'll wiggle off. Second time in a row now. But that's perfectly fine. Renato gets picked up, but they're all injured. So now they all have to heal. They can't really do much. And honestly, we can hide, like, we could try to hide a trap in the grass here. Maybe we do one here. And then we can do one right here for when they vault and come back around. They're double healing right now. I'm not sure where the blue-haired toolbox Fang is. But yeah, they were all just healing right here. Hi. I'm gonna go for this Fang. She looks like the easiest target. I don't want to commit to that. I don't want to commit to that. I'm sorry. The other Fang is gonna be somehow way over here, even though she was over there just a second ago. See? What did I fucking tell you? This could be one of the healthy ones. No, that's Fang. I hear her. Hi. They're just feeding me injures, dude. This is fine. That Fang is gone again for the umpteenth time. But like, what do I care? What can they do? If you do that, you're stuck. Yeah, you can't do anything, dude. Alright, Fang's way off in the distance now. Surely she won't be there to sabotage. She absolutely will with her background player, but like, what the fuck? She sabotages so fast, dude. But yeah, we were actually here to hit her now, so she doesn't get to. And now that trap comes into play. There we fucking go. Alright. I'm gonna leave her slugged on the ground. All of these gens are at 0. We're gonna go check on this one and maybe force someone into that trap. No, Fang was the only one working on it. Steve wasn't. Pretend I'm going for her. I don't see Steve. Now I do. Where the fuck is he? No, I definitely do not see Steve. Where'd he go? I'm assuming he's just hiding in the scratch. No, okay, he just kept running. I didn't see his scratch marks. I wasn't looking at them. Fang steps in that trap. I don't get to capitalize on that because, well, I want to chase these two. That's fine. I didn't see Steve. I said I would pretend, and I ended up actually not seeing Steve, but that's fine. Again, what's there to worry about right now? That gen has a bit of progress on it. I'm gonna pull this Fang over here so I can pick up this trap and so I can pop this gen. They're gonna be back to nothing on all of their gens, and I'm gonna have most of my traps set up. A trap like this could work, maybe. And I'm gonna go ahead and just break this and pick up this trap. Y'all might be thinking to yourselves right now, you know, this dude keeps letting that Fang sabotage. He keeps losing survivors, whatever. But just look, I've gotten multiple hits from Agitation. I've taken survivors exactly where I need them. Was that red herring? No way that was red herring. I don't know. I don't know if they just hid or what. I didn't see them there. I didn't hear them. That might have been red fucking herring, dude. That's crazy if so. But yeah, like at this point they really can't do much. I have that on I have all of this on lockdown, and now I can take this girl to that hook way over there. Yeah, she's gonna sabotage. I'm gonna check that gen. It's at nothing, and that gen is being worked on by Renato, which makes me think that it's not red herring. But I make it all the way over here, and now I'm right next to this gen, and I can pop it. And he's not gonna have this done. Also, it makes sense that it was the Renato. I can't hear him at all. I don't know if he is Iron Will, or if Renato is just naturally a very quiet survivor. It beats me, honestly. Yeah, I have no idea where he was. We saw him, obviously, just now, but I have no idea. He's here, and they're stacked on that gen, though. So you understand, right? Like, no one's saving that Fang right now. In fact, I'm going to stay here until I see Renato. He's injured. What can he really even do? Okay, here he is. Discordance just went off, so they're going to save that girl probably right now. Yeah, it's going to be the Fang. So I'm not going to take her over there because this Fang might still have charges on her goddamn toolbox. Does she still have charges on it? She does! She still has charges on her toolbox. That could be built to last. That or has she sabotaged 4 or 5 now? I don't know. Because I know you can get 6 on a really giga sabo toolbox. I'm not sure. Perfect. We made him think that I was gonna grab him, and then we kicked the gen. Because if I had hit him normally, he might have been able to get the gen done. It's hard to tell, but it sounded like it had a lot of progress on it. And that trap came into play because he ran instead of that way, he ran this way. That's why I set both of them up in the same spot. Normally that's not a very good idea with Trapper, but if you know, or if you think you know what you're doing, then you can get away with some stuff. I emphasize if you think you know, because I don't always know what I'm talking about. I just hope shit works. This got worked on by Fang, I hear her. They might double up on that gen back there and just complete it, but Fang's gonna step in that trap. Never mind, it looked like she was. It looked like she was. My depth perception was a bit off, but you know, if they double up on that gen, what are they gonna fucking do? She brought me right to them. You should never do that as a survivor, ever. Even if they're not on comms, she's worked on this gen, so she should have been aware that they were trying to do it. You should never bring the killer to the gen that you're trying to work on. She said about that hook to my left, but I'm still gonna make it to this hook because I have agitation. She's trying to get ahead of me. You can hear her footsteps behind me, but I'm faster than her. I believe you move at 4.3 with agitation level 3. Normally you move at like 92% or 96 or something like that. The 18% makes you move up to 4.3. So you're like a little bit slower than a 110 killer, a 110% killer. Did she vault this or did she go down? I saw her scratch marks going down, but sometimes scratch marks will go like to a place they didn't actually walk to, and then it'll just look super weird. This should be a hit. Yeah, that's a hit. And now she has nothing here. She can't use that trapped pallet. Now we can safely take this chase here because I killed 2 people off. They don't really have anyone to do gens while I'm chasing. And she has to take that super wide. So do I, but yeah, I was about to say, if she vaults, I get the hit. So I get it regardless. If she had that super tightly, it would have been like a 50-50 if she vaults or not. But she had to take it super wide, so I had more time to react. Was that Steve? I was looking at something. Did he go in this locker? I could have sworn I saw. It was Steve. Okay. Well, that's everyone. Make no mistake, agitation didn't do everything this game. Obviously, Popped helped me a ton. Discordance helped me quite a bit. And, you know, Fire Up did its job. But even this alone, I didn't see any other hooks like in super close proximity because that one's been used. So agitation let me get to that hook. This perk is phenomenal, and again, even though it's not that underrated, I still want to bring it to light just in case there are some people who don't think it's that good. It hasn't been changed in like 7 years, and it still remains phenomenal. Wait. She didn't have built to last, so it was just a giga toolbox. Because what is it, 6 charges for a Sabo? Or 8? It's 6, yeah, so it's 6. And then she had 32, so 6 sabotages. So I think she did do all 6. And it was just super fast because Alex is plus Hacksaw. She did have Breakout too. I did not think she did, but... Oh, Saboteur, too. Well, you know, interesting builds all around. Steve had self-care. Alright, well, that was a fine game. Great, now I recorded my YouTube video on Twitch, so I'm gonna end stream.